In this video, I'm going to show you how to use curves in Blender for beginners step by step. Curves are extremely powerful in Blender. You can use them to create wire, pipe, rope, cables, path, or even complex shapes like hairs or motion path. So let's start from the very beginning. First, open Blender and delete everything. Just press A to select all and press X and hit enter to delete all. Now just press Shift and A key on your keyboard and go to curve and choose the Bezier curve. This is a default and most commonly used curve. And as you can see, we have successfully added our Bezier curve. So we'll just go to the top view and you will now see a simple line in your scene. Use your middle mouse button to rotate around the scene. You can just press shift and middle mouse to pan and scroll your wheel to zoom in and out like so. Now the first thing that you will notice is that the curve looks like a thin line. If you rendered this, it won't really be visible because it has no thickness. To fix that, first make sure the curve is selected and just go to the data properties. And from data properties, you will see different options. Scroll down to geometry section and just expand the geometry section and you will see bevel. Now what you are gonna do is just go ahead and increase the depth of the bevel. So just click on it and scroll or move the mouse at the right hand side and you will see we have successfully added a depth into our curve. As you increase, you will see the curve will turn into a tube-like shape like so. You can also increase the resolution to make it smoother. Lower value makes it look blocky like so, while the higher value makes it smooth. And if the ends of your curve are open, you can use the fill caps option to close them like so. Now let's start editing the curve. Just press tab key on your keyboard to go to edit mode. Here, curve behave differently from normal mesh object. Instead of vertices and faces, you have control points and handle. Just click on a point to select it like so, and once the point is selected, you can just press G to grab and move them like so. And once that it is selected, you can also press R to rotate it to any direction to your liking like so. And you can also press S to scale it to your liking like so. Now try moving the handles to the side and you will see that they control the curvature of the line. If you want to extend a curve, just select any point. Let's say I want to extend this part, I'll just select the point and just press E to extrude it like so. I can just press E and click off to apply and again click E to extrude and click off to apply like so. You can repeat this multiple times to create longer shapes like cables or paths. There is a faster method. Just select a point like so and hold the control key on your keyboard and right click anywhere. Blender will automatically create a new point connected to your curve. This is very useful for quickly drawing shapes. Now let's talk about handles. Just press A to select all of the handles and then press V. You will see several options. There is automatic, vector, aligned, free and toggle free align. So basically the automatic smooths the curves and it is best for beginners and I suggest you to use automatic. So now we'll select all the handle once again and just press V and you will see vectors. So basically the vectors sharpens the corners and makes straight lines like so, and you will see the vector are the ones that create sharp turns. So basically vectors have sharp corners and straight lines. So now we also have free and aligned. Just press V and you will see aligned. They allow more manual control, but for most cases automatic is the easiest to use. Now just go to object mode by pressing tab key on your keyboard and let's explore more important settings. Now in the object data properties, you will see an option for 2D curve and 3D curve. And so basically 2D means they stay flat on the ground. 2D locks the curve flat, which is useful for logo or flat design. So now when I go to the edit mode and when I try to move it along with the y-axis, you will see I cannot do that. Now you can toggle on 3D, and basically 3D allows full movement in all directions. So I can just select a handle and press R to rotate, and you will see we can rotate it any direction, which is not the case for 2D. For most model designing tasks, keep it on 3D. Now once we are in the edit mode, if you want to make certain parts thicker or thinner, you can just select a point. So now just select any handle and press Alt key and S key on your keyboard, and you can see we can increase and decrease certain part thicker or thinner like so. This allows you to scale the thickness at that particular specific part of the curve. This is especially useful for creating things like cables that taper or vary in size. Now let's look at smoothing and detail. Back in the data properties, you will find resolution preview. Increasing this value makes the curve much smoother, as you can see like so. Low value makes it look more low poly. Now let's look at connecting curves. If you have this two endpoint, which in my case are these two, just go to the edit mode by pressing tab key and select both point by pressing shift key like so. And let's say I want to connect them, just press F on your keyboard and you will see they will be successfully connected like so. This can create loops or closed shape. Now let's quickly look at another curve type. So I'll just go to object mode and press shift A and go to curve, and we have path. So I'm just gonna move this one, and now when I select the path, you will see a orange path has been successfully added. This creates a straight curve by default, which is very useful for animation or motion path. You can still go to edit mode by pressing tab key on your keyboard and then press G to move the shape however to want. You even get different curve handles. So just click on curve handle and you can move them by pressing G and move it to anywhere to your liking like so. Now let's talk about converting curve into mesh. Sometimes you want to edit the object like a normal mesh. To do that, just press Ctrl A and you can just choose the visual geometry to mesh like so. Now just press tab key on the keyboard and you will see vertices, edges or face like a regular object. And now here is the important thing for beginners. You can combine curve with modifiers. For example, you can add an array modifier to repeat an object along a curve or use curve to control path for animation. Curves are often used together with other tools to create more advanced effect. Also remember this, just press Shift A and you will see curve. So basically Bezier curve are for flexible shapes. You can use path for straight or animation path, and you can adjust bevel depth for thickness. Use edit mode and with G, R, S and E key on your keyboard, you can shape your curve. You can also press Alt plus S for thickness control. And that's it. You now understand the fundamentals of using curves in Blender. If you found this guide helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe to GuideRealm for more tutorials.